Yeah, when you're feeling down and motivated in the midweek, we got the guys here to make your life complete. Little John, Brandon, Cody, Carly, they're coming in to keep you motivated all week. New episode, same time every week. Don't gotta wait long for the next one to release. So don't go away, sit down, take a seat, enjoy Midweek Motivation with John and Carly. Hey.
Midweek Motivation.
Let's go.
And again, what are you doing, man?
I don't know why it does that.
Any minute.
It's
now.
not important. It's okay.
Do you think we have audio?
I think we do. Let's find out. I don't know if we're actually live.
Are we
anywhere.
going through the whole church?
We are going through the whole church.
What is happening here, guys?
All I'm going to say is we didn't have these issues last week.
I said a few minutes ago that I'm.
I don't know what's
right in
different about this
between-
week to last week, but we didn't have any issues last week.
I said I was sitting in between the two tech nerds, but apparently they don't know what they're doing either.
Listen,
They know what they're doing too well. It goes out to more than just the midweek people.
Everybody in the church is hearing us right now, which we've done that a few times.
Yeah,
We've
When
had,
Ben Carson was here.
I've been on pre-show for church on Sunday, and I say hello to everybody, and I can just hear
Hello,
myself
hello,
echoing because I
hello.
don't have
Reverberate down
headphones
the
on. I'm
halls.
like, what is
how
going
are
on here?
you?
Wow, man.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I'm seeing John Brunk comment, so we must be live.
yeah, I see
There's
John
audio.
Brunk, Susan Miller.
The music is on YouTube anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're
we're good. I don't see any laughter yet.
These guys are.
Why would they laugh at this?
I don't know because we don't know what we're doing. I mean, but we do know what we're doing.
Count down like 10 times.
Hey, we're live right now.
I know.
I mean,
That's-
why aren't
hey.
y'all talking to the people?
What up, Midweek Motivation family? Glad y'all could join us.
We got the OG crew. You can tell it's been a while.
Does anybody know how to do any tech stuff? If you do, come on down.
We may be hiring.
We need some help.
Oh,
We got to find a
man.
guy.
This is great. What a great start to our midweek motivation. Hey, listen, yeah, we like to keep it real. Is
Somebody's got
that?
their volume on.
That's just me. That's
Oh.
my fault.
I was about to say, I'm hearing something. Yeah, we got
audio.
some laughter in there. So
Should we just close the show now?
yeah, hey,
Just close it in
Stay
prayer.
motivated, my
Let's just
friends.
close it in prayer now.
You want to pray us out?
John Brunk says Darren has friends today.
Been riding
We're here.
solo.
We're not friends.
That's true.
No, I can't say that. You said nice things about
Although
me.
I will say, so last week I got a little bit of hate from my wife. Hate's a strong word, but I got a little bit of hassle from my wife for
On
calling you my Valentine.
I was about to say on
Oh,
Valentine's
man.
Day you got hate
A
from
little
your
bit.
wife?
Well, at least your wife listened to it. My wife had no clue.
Yeah. Did you guys see the
She said,
thumbnail?
how'd the show go today?
Did you see the thumbnail that I chose for the video online? Darren's like this, and you're just like, like, why am I here?
I was when you told me that, I was half expecting you to put like a picture of us with a big old heart around it or something for
I
Valentine's.
should have.
Wow.
Yeah, but you're sitting here like, I'm on the show with this guy.
Yeah.
It was
Who
great.
put me out here?
I couldn't help but choose it. Hey guys, welcome to Midweek Motivation, real conversations with real people about a very real God. And it's clear that we are having some real conversation right now.
That is right.
That only
Yeah.
took 3 minutes to get to the intro line. That might be a new record.
Oh man, look, we got another countdown going down on the screen up there. What is happening?
That's all right. Nobody else
You know
sees
what I'm afraid might happen is at the end, it might
double
automatically
fee.
go to the next slide.
I don't know what's happening.
Well, let's find out. We'll see.
Hey, listen, if it cuts out to something really random here in a minute, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to hit that again, make it go away.
It didn't go
didn't go away.
You took the little bottom thing off that I was getting
I
ready to
did.
talk about.
Hold on.
Hey,
There you go.
I brought it back.
One more time. One more time. See if it fixes it.
All right, Darren, this is your show from now on.
Oh man, I just got to stay off the scene, man. Clearly, I'm not helping us here.
I think things just go badly when you and I are on the show together.
Yeah. It's good to have the.
So what we
the
got? What
OG.
we got going on here in
Uh,
church,
well,
man? Let's reel
man.
it in a little.
Well, look, let's go ahead and get this out the way. Text Motivate to 540-900-3838. Yeah.
Following our day of love and laughter here, we're gonna have a night of love and laughter, right?
Yeah.
Man,
Right?
way to hold us together.
Thank you, Brandon. Brandon told us before the show not to make him laugh much.
I know.
Clearly, we are failing at that.
I'm starting to hurt.
I'd be hurting wearing that hoodie right now, man.
I know.
Ooh, yeah, that would
And the hat.
Look,
That was like a high school score. I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
represent, man.
Yeah, golly, I couldn't believe the blowout.
I'm not a fair weather fan.
Yeah,
so
well, that's good.
They probably can't see, but I don't know how y'all.
It's there.
It's a
There
Virginia.
it is. Yeah, Virginia Tech put
Wahoo,
it to
wah,
them,
yeah.
man. I
They
just
Virginia
hope,
Tech don't have a national championship, so
listen. I just hope that Virginia Tech don't do Notre Dame like that when I go on the 3rd. I think, yeah, it might be though. So you can pick on me then too. Notre Dame don't have a great team this year, so all right. Listen, reel it back in. This is not a sports talk show. However, we could probably have some fun with that too. Hey, Brandon mentioned love and laughter, courtesy of Brenda McMurray. We actually have 2 tickets available for love and laughter. You guys want to try to call in?
we can. Let's do it.
Nothing else is going right. You might as well try that.
Well, we spent some time
Might as well
working
try
on this.
something difficult.
All right, let's do something a little bit different here. If you haven't been a fan of the show or been watching in a while, one thing we want you to do, go ahead, put in the chat, let us know you're here, and we're going to give away 2 tickets for love and laughter, and we're going to give them away to one person in hopes that you take your love to have some laughter. No,
Call in now.
Wah,
I don't think that's the right one, Darren.
No, hold on.
Let's go.
I'll take
Just
it.
redeemed
I'll give
it.
you that.
I'll take it. There it
There it
is. Yeah. All right. So here's what you need to do right now. Call 540-900-3838, but understand that you're going to be live on the show when we answer your phone call. Call it right now. I guess we'll get your call in 2 minutes when we catch up.
When you actually hear us say that.
Yeah, we'll be talking about something else by then. So.
But we will answer your call. Call it and just say, hey, I want the Love and Laughter tickets that's been sponsored by Brenda McMurray. If you're not aware of what that is, Spirit FM is sponsoring an event here Friday, February 23rd at 7 p.m. Last year's was pretty good. A lot of laughter. Not sure where the love comes in. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's in February.
Yeah, I guess
that
so.
must be it.
I guess so. It was good last year. I can't remember the lady that was here, but it was pretty cool. So yeah, love and laughter. Call us 540-900-3838. Number's right there on the bottom of your screen. We will take your call and give you 2 tickets. And if you don't want the tickets, you can donate them to somebody else, I guess. I hope that the call thing works because we haven't
I
done
think
it.
it'll work. We tested it, so why wouldn't it work,
Yeah.
right?
Well, we test a lot of things and they don't tend to work. Yeah, so let's do a little bit of recap from Sunday, man. We had Robert Morris in the house on the video.
In the house. On the
Yeah, I mean we didn't
from 10 years ago.
even have to pay for them. Yeah, we went back in time and brought old school Robert
I
Morris.
love
in the
that. I
house.
love that Robert Morris.
I could listen to him talk forever.
Yeah.
Something about that voice.
I've heard that sermon. I don't know, 10 times.
Yeah, has it changed?
And no, but I
Has
hear
it changed you?
I hear new stuff every time I hear it. Every time I hear
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It really is. So, what's the takeaway from Sunday that you guys maybe have from him or from Dustin? Yeah, they kind of tag team, 1-2 punch there. What do you think?
If my daughter ever has a boyfriend, I'm going to show her my gun collection. That's what I got. I had to miss
pretty healthy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to say I did miss quite a bit of the message because we did a song at the end, so I had to leave pretty early through it. So I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean,
I really like the way Dustin pulls in and makes what tithing truly is about.
Yeah.
It's not about a money grab for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's where a lot
he
of
said
people
it
check out.
clearly and bluntly, like,
Oop.
we
We
don't need your money.
Got a call.
All right. Hey, we got a call coming in. Let's see what we got
We
here.
can make this work.
We're going to try.
I'll unmute it. There we go.
Hello?
Hello,
Who we got on the line here?
This is Bobby.
I thought that was Bobby.
I had a feeling Bobby. I was thinking it'd be Bobby or John Brunk.
Yeah.
Was my first two guesses.
Yeah, Bobby beat him to it. What is up, Bobby?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good to have you on the show briefly. Hey, listen, you just won yourself 2 tickets to Love and Laughter this Friday, February 23rd at 7 p.m. here at Parkway, sponsored by Spirit FM. So, yeah, man, it's going to be cool. If you want some more information, you, Bobby, or anybody else watching, there it is. You can go to Spirit FM, and it's up on the top banner, spiritfm.com. On the top banner there, you can get some more information on it. Tickets are still available. I think it's like $20 for general admission. But, Bobby, you don't have to pay. You just, courtesy of Brenda McMurray and for being a top fan on Midweek Motivation, we got you some tickets, man. I'll figure out how to get them to you, and we'll be in touch with you. Thanks so much for calling in, dude. Give us a little motivation real quick. What you got for us real quick? Give us something, little two-liner motivation here. What you got? Put them on the spot.
Don't be afraid to give.
Don't be
afraid to give.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Wrapping it right in with the message.
Give without concern of return.
Ooh,
my man is preaching.
concern of return.
Love it.
Yeah.
Got a T-shirt button.
Put it on a shirt.
Yeah, put that on a T-shirt. Well, hey, Bobby, thank you so much for tuning in and for giving us a call. Man, I will see you in the chat here in a few minutes. God bless you, brother.
God bless y'all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Well,
It worked.
that was great, and
Yeah.
we got Bobby on the show, man. Bobby has been a longtime viewer as well, so if you missed the phone call, I apologize. We may have another call here in just a minute. In fact, let's just go ahead and do it since we got him on the line. So tonight, we have a buddy of mine who was a part of my first youth group, first church that I was at. He is going to be here in concert for our middle school and high school. His name is, well, I'm going to give you his stage name, J. Paul. I don't want to give you his government name.
It's government.
We're going to call him and just talk with him a little bit, because what he has to say is really kind of going to tie into what we have going on. So before we call him, let me just hit a couple of things real quick. Parkway Off the Mountain has already taken off. I think Darren mentioned it last week. We had 4 individuals show up Monday night at Parent Life, and that's at Straight Street. Last night, Stephen Clement and his small group, 4 guys, went to Upstream, which is young men 18 plus. And man, they said it was, the team lead there said it was really fun. So, and a couple of upcoming things before we jump in. Let me just hit these real quick. Freedom Group, February 28th, 6:30, in room 231, and possibly another room, because we have 25 participants
Let's
already.
go. That's awesome.
And we have some leaders and co-leaders. So if you want to be a part of that, text FREEDOM to 540-342-3968 or go to parkwayroanoke.com/freedom. Another thing that I know we have some business people on the show from time to time, we have a Marketplace Multipliers luncheon coming up March 1st at 11:30 a.m. in the Overlook. That's for small business owners and leaders. If you want some more information on that, go to parkwayroanoke.com/marketplace. And I got a little bit of sad news. Matthew West is sold out.
Sold out.
No tickets available.
But you still have a chance to get in the building.
Yeah, you still have a chance to get in the building.
We just got to put you to work.
Yeah, and
Maybe feed you, as Darren said.
Yeah, and we might have to feed you. Oh, darn.
We do already have a ton of volunteers, but if you would like to volunteer, reach out to Megan, and don't be upset if we don't have a spot for you, because a lot of people are showing up to volunteer for this one. And then one more thing, Easter is right around the corner. We're going into our Easter sermon series. Palm Sunday, we're going to be doing an impossible shot, which is going to be pretty cool. A lot of chances to win some prizes. Of course, Easter is March 31st. We'll have our annual Easter egg hunt with tons of prizes and all there.
Sunrise service.
Yep, sunrise service. We started planning on that last night. You can get all of this information. The only thing not on there yet is sunrise service, because I don't have all the details, but you can go to parkwayroanoke.com/Easter. and pretty much everything, including we're doing a bracket challenge this year.
What details you need for sunrise service? It's before sunrise.
Wear more
Show
clothes
up.
than you think you need to.
What
'cause it's gonna
the
be cold.
projected temperature is going to be, and wear another layer. I made that mistake my first year here.
Yeah.
All right, so today's topic is going to be along the lines of breaking free, freedom, how freedom is just the beginning kind of deal. And so I thought it'd be cool if we had my buddy Josh on the phone just for a couple of minutes, and then we got a couple of notes here. Who knows if we'll stick to the notes or not. Darren did a good job.
J. Paul?
Yeah, J. Paul. Who did I say? Did I say his name?
Yeah.
Did I say his government name?
Not the whole government.
Just his
name,
first
but
name.
Okay.
I didn't even catch it.
Hello?
Josh,
What's
or
up, brother?
should I say J. Paul, good to have you on our Midweek Motivation podcast. You are live on air with us right now, man.
Cool deal, man.
Yeah, so we're talking today a little bit about freedom and breaking free, and you're coming here. Are you on the road right now, driving here?
We actually just stopped off at a Sheets. We're probably about an hour and a half away. We stopped off at Sheets, to get some snacks and stuff. But yes, we are on the way.
Awesome.
what snacks are you going for?
Oh yeah, so
This is a big
hold
topic.
on 1 second, Josh. So anytime somebody joins our life group, so Brandon was the one that just asked that question, and he's my life group leader. And one of the questions we always ask new people, ask it the way you do to our new people.
So when new people come in, we like to break the ice and say, when you go to a convenience store, what is your go-to snack?
Well,
All right.
for one, it's got to be C4 energy drink. That's my go-to. That's
Okay.
That's my fuel, keep me going. Candy-wise, probably going to be some mints or something like that.
Mints.
Mints.
Yeah, man. Like the Altoids or like the Mentos. That's my go-to.
You gotta have fresh breath.
That is the oddest combo ever. You got C4 and mints. Like that
Hey,
just.
with the mints, it adds a little burn.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's making my stomach burn right now.
I feel like you're going to have to stop a couple more times with that combination.
I had to get a Twix bar to cool down that stomach.
Now, my wife, she's more of like Doritos or popcorn or something like that.
See, that makes more sense. See, mine,
Yes.
let's just share what ours is. All right. So mine here lately has been a Baja Blast and Reese sticks.
Reese's.
What's yours, Brandon?
I've been big on those lately.
Yeah.
I'm a conventional guy, man, like an original guy. Like I've got to do the original Reese's.
Okay. I
The
understand
original
that.
Reese's and probably a Mountain Dew. So we're not too far
Yeah.
off.
Darren, what
but
you got?
So I like the giant cans of Peace Tea. It's always got the Arnold
Yeah.
Palmer flavors.
Yeah,
Delicious.
That's good.
They don't sell it everywhere,
Yeah.
and it's got to be the pizzeria combos,
Okay.
not the pizza
Okay.
That's the
combos.
thing. That's what my
Pizzeria.
C4s. You can't find C4s everywhere. I have to go to
Yeah.
Sheets to get the flavors.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that Starburst, that Starburst C4 is like,
Oh, it's the best.
it's too sweet. It makes my hair grow.
Oh,
I doubt that.
Maybe that's what I need to try.
Cody, what is your go-to snack?
here lately it's been the Reese sticks and
King size.
Oh yeah. Why is there not a? Why is there only?
That's regular size, if you ask
Yeah.
me.
Right?
And some kind of energy drink. I got started on the C4s, the blue one, whatever that's
Yeah,
called.
that one. That blue one is
I've
like,
never.
that's-
I haven't tried the C4.
It'll blow your hair back.
I don't. I'm getting a little too. I think I'm a little.
So what does it do to me if I ain't got hair?
Makes
That's
it
what I'm
grow.
saying. I don't have my hair. I'm buzzed, man. I ain't got hair neither.
I'm a little too old for the energy drinks. I think
Yeah.
stuff will
Hey,
keep me up all day.
So our viewers online right now, put in the chat what your go-to is when you stop at a gas station, or convenience store. What do you get? Drink and snack. Careful.
Because apparently J. Paul is not normal.
No.
Hey, look, so you're going to be here tonight doing a concert, and we're pretty stoked about that. And, just for the viewers to know kind of this connection, J. Paul, is it all right if I call you Josh? Because calling you J.
Yeah,
Paul
man.
feels
Dude,
weird.
you thought you definitely call me Josh.
I'm not going to give them
J.
your
Paul
whole...
is a stage name.
Yeah, I'm not going to give them your whole government name, but Josh was a part of my first youth group when I first came into ministry, and man, you got quite a bit of a testimony. And like I said, today we're going to talk a little bit about freedom, and we're going to even talk a little bit about this tonight in the concert time. So
Yes, sir.
can you just briefly share with our viewers what it's like to kind of break free from your past. You know, you've had, I don't want to share all your story, but you know, you had to have essentially brain surgery. You've been in some car accidents.
I've been through a lot, and just to kind of hit on that. So I'll go more in detail a little bit, but I'm trying not to hold up much of your time. So had brain cancer when I was probably about 15, 14 years old. When I first got the diagnosis, they kind of said it wasn't looking good. You know, I probably only had about 5 to 10 years to live, you know. And as a 15-year-old, I mean, what do you do with that? You don't really know, like,
Right.
what in the world you're going to do. You know, you're just kind of left shocked. But, you know, back then I was really strong in God, luckily, and, you know, put all my faith in him. And then, you know, car accidents, broke my femur, and just a whole lot of stuff going on. And that's basically where my music comes from. My music is very mentally based. So it's a lot of stuff going on in my head at the time when I'm making my music.
Yeah. So how do you break free from kind of those past things that, you know, a lot of times the enemy will try to use to hold you captive? How do you kind of get beyond that?
Honestly, I honestly haven't fully broken free from it all. You know, it always pops up out of the blue.
Yeah.
You know, at the worst possible times. You know, you're always going to constantly have in the back of your head stuff where you didn't quite do something right, or you fell down, but you're always going to fall down. But it's not how you fall down, you know, it's how you get up. I'm pretty sure that's a famous saying.
Let's go.
But
Put it
but
on a
that's
shirt.
basically how I get past it, man. Even though I failed today, even though, you know, I might not have made the best decisions today, I'm going to get up tomorrow. I'm going to get up the next day and try again. You know, I've said in a lot of my songs, you know, I may not be right now, but I'm going to try again, you know, and I'm going to keep trying until I get it right.
I love it. Well, Josh, thank you so much for taking our call. We're going to let you get your mints and C4 and hit the road. We will see you here in a few hours. And yeah, man, you guys be safe.
Yes, sir, man. It's going to be a great night. I hope everybody who comes enjoys the show. And it'll definitely hit on a different level for people. Some people like my age, you know, you understand it's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Man. You want to quit sometimes. There's days you just don't feel like doing it. But the days you finally get the opportunity to do what you love to do, man, it's worth it all.
Absolutely.
So that's where I'm leaving at. And tonight it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. Well, you guys be safe. We'll see you in a little while.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all have a good one. It's nice to talk to y'all.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Later,
you.
dude.
All right.
All right. So if you have a middle or a high schooler, man, get them in the building tonight. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to have joint worship from middle and high school worship teams. They're going to be together. I'm going to share just a brief word. We're going to have a little bit of Q&A time with Josh, similar to what we just did. And then he's got about 7 songs that he's going to bring. And
they bump too.
Yeah.
I got to listen to them earlier.
yeah, we were listening
That's pretty
to
solid.
pre-show. And, yeah, so I wanted to kind of tie in. I know what Josh has faced on a personal level, and it makes me think about David. And, you know, when we think about David, we often think about David and Goliath. Sometimes we think about David and some lady with very little clothes on. I'm not going to go in. That's another episode. That's not
Could you clarify what story that is you're talking about? How's that story go?
Y'all should have done that story last week on Valentine's Day. You know,
Yeah, nothing like talking about adultery on Valentine's Day. That's
That's a winner.
that's what everybody wants to hear about.
So, you know, I just want to ask you guys, you know, Josh kind of hit on this a little bit. Have you, and I want to ask y'all around the table too, have you ever felt attacked, you know, physically and or spiritually?
No.
Yeah. Liar.
I mean, I grew up with an older brother, so physically attacked, yeah.
Like, you know, so let me ask in a different way. Have you ever in a moment, like, just kind of questioning God, like, why am I being attacked? Like, or where are you in all of this, God? Like, I can't see you in the middle of this situation. You know, I faced that. Maybe some of you guys online have faced that.
Still as strong as a Christian as I feel like I am sometimes. I mean, it happens more often than I'd like to admit.
No doubt, man.
I mean,
no doubt.
just
So,
you could be just in the middle of, you know, the highest of highs, and something happens and you're like, why, God?
yeah.
Why?
Yeah. And it, you know, oftentimes it seems to come off of our biggest wins or biggest seasons where it's like, God, I've been doing everything right. Like, what is this, man? Where are you at? How can I see you? How can I find you in this? And that kind of makes me think about David. I love this passage. It got messed up here. I think it's Psalm 78, 70 through 72. Here's what it says. He chose his servant David, calling him from the sheep pens. He took David from tending the ewes and ewes. How do you say that?
I think we need to stick with ooze. I think that's fantastic.
From tending to the ewes and lambs, and made him the shepherds of Jacob's descendants, God's own people, Israel. He cared for them with a true heart and led them with skillful hands. And a couple of things that I just kind of noted there is he was chosen, he was called, he was taken out of a situation, and God made him who he intended him to be. And does that mean that it happened like that? No, but in fact, one of the first messages I ever preached was on this, how the anointing looks different than the appointing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
no wonder you became a preacher.
they hired me because of that message. So at about 17 years old, and again, this kind of jumps back to Josh. He said around 15 years old. At about 17 years old, David, he was kind of given this prophetic promise about his entire life when he received the initial call to be king of Israel. He wasn't crowned that day. It was about 20 or so years after that when he stepped in and became king over all of Israel. And in that 20 years or so, God was testing him. God was equipping him. God was preparing him to be able to walk out in fullness. And Josh doesn't know this, but I talked with Josh's dad last night, and Josh's dad basically said this same thing. And, he said that sometimes Josh feels like, man, why am I not seeing the success that I thought I would in my craft, in my art? And he basically said, because he's not ready for the kingdom yet.
Yeah.
Had David been crowned at age 17, we would be reading a totally different story now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so some of you guys, you're wanting your crown right now. You're not ready for the crown yet. So here's what I like. When we think about David, we often think about David and Goliath. But what I like most about David is even when he wasn't chosen, his family, they overlooked him initially. Even when he wasn't chosen, he knew he was chosen. Mm-hmm. Even when he wasn't called on, he knew he was called. Even when he was stuck in the field, he knew there was more to his story. And even when he wasn't on the biggest stage, he knew his stage. He knew that the field wasn't where he had been promised by God to be.
Yeah.
And so we have to remember that in the seasons. That we have to remember our story isn't over because of what people have said to us, what people have done to us, what we have thought about ourselves, what other people have thought about us, or even our past. Our story isn't over.
Yeah.
No,
That's some good stuff, man.
that is.
Yeah, you made me think of this. I had a professor when I was in college, and he was talking about calling and the things that God's called you to do. And he said this one phrase that I'm just going to say it's original to him. We'll see. He might have stolen it from somebody else because preachers steal stuff all the time.
You got eyes, plagiarize.
Right.
Put that on a T-shirt.
There's a T-shirt. But he said this. We were talking about calling, and he said, "What God reveals to you in the daylight, don't doubt in the darkness." Like, yeah, that's good.
Put that
right?
on a T-shirt. Ain't that right?
That's a real one right
I stole
there.
you.
And really, the
Stole
idea
you.
is like,
whatever.
especially with David, right? So that's good stuff. God comes to, or Samuel comes to him at 17, and it's like, hey, you're going to be king, and anoints him king, right? And then all the stuff that he goes through over the next 20 years before he's actually king, right? How easy would it have been for David to be like, maybe that old guy was nuts with the oil, right?
That dude
maybe
didn't
he
know
was
what he was
lying.
talking
He was
about.
just messing with me. Like, what's that about?
Yeah.
But what God reveals to you on those high top moments, right, and those mountaintop experiences, it doesn't change when you're down in the valley,
True
right?
statement.
What God said
So
to you
true.
and what God revealed to you isn't any less true, even if it doesn't look true or feel true.
Man, that's some good stuff. Hit that let's go button, man. That's deserving of it.
Doesn't seem right to let's go myself.
I
Can't do
mean,
that.
I just let's go you through you. So
I'm just imagining David singing the Lion King song from 17
can you sing it for
to
us?
37 or whatever. I just can't wait to be king. Could you imagine, like, every time somebody
intro
was,
song to Lion King.
every time somebody came up to David after that and messed with him or whatever, he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you just wait till I'm king, buddy.
You know how in the movie, I think it's similar when he's walking away and he does that little hip hop. I just imagine David as he's walking away, he's singing that song. He's like, "You just wait,
Yeah, just wait.
I got you." That is good stuff. So here's the thing with David. Like, yeah, maybe he was singing that song and he could sing that song or something King Jamesy of that song. I just can't wait to be kingeth. He could do that because he knew there was more to his story. And so often the enemy wants us to think that there's not more to our story. And in fact, you're probably in a place similar to what David was in. You know, he fought a lion, he fought a bear, and he took back what was his. I'm going to read it here in just a minute. Golly, I love the way it is worded in here. He knew that there was more to his story and that the freedom that he could experience in the field would one day translate to his kingdom, and then other people would be able to experience freedom. And so here's what 1 Samuel 17 verses 33 through 36 says, and I just absolutely love this. It says, Don't be ridiculous, Saul replied. There's no way you can fight this Philistine and possibly win. You're only a boy. And that's what the enemy's doing to several of us. You're only a drug addict.
Yeah.
You're only an alcoholic. You're only a depressed, miserable person. And that's essentially what I think is being portrayed here. You're only a boy, and he's been a man of war since his youth. But David persisted. I love this. I've been taking care of my father's sheep and goats, he said. When a lion or a bear comes to steal a lamb from the flock, I go after it with a club and rescue the lamb from its mouth. If the animal turns on me, I catch it by the jaw and I club it to death. I've done this to both lions and bears, and I'll do the same thing to this pagan Philistine too, for he has defied the armies of the living God.
That's a man right there who knows who his father is, man.
100%.
So cool.
He says, you can bring whatever you want my way, and I'll grab that joker by the jaw, and I'm just going to rip it to pieces.
That is all the confidence of the youngest child right there.
True statement. True
He said,
statement.
man of war, I fought lions and bears,
Yeah.
brother. Bring them on.
You got nothing, man. So here's the thought that I had from that, and I pulled some of this from a book that I'm reading. Like, freedom is on my mind with freedom groups coming up. I've been reading this book, Break Free, by Vladimir Savchuk.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
I think that's
As
perfect.
long as it's not
Yeah.
Putin.
It's not.
Vladimir Putin, then we're good.
Ain't nobody Putin. So here's the thing. Before God publicly used David to kill Goliath, he first had to privately face a lion and a bear. And I say that to say that our private victories prepare us for our public triumphs.
Yeah.
What we do in private almost always will translate to what takes place in public through our lives. You know, when David experienced an attack from a lion and lost a sheep, he could have just rolled around, wallowed around in defeat and self-pity and been depressed. However, David had to make a decision not to live in regret because this thing had happened to him. He couldn't live in this fear of failure, this fear of losing a sheep. So he chose to get up and he chose to fight to get back what the lion had stolen from him. David, he didn't realize that the battle with the lion would eventually give him the courage and the determination to face his giant, Goliath, publicly. See, he faced the lion privately, but he faced Goliath publicly. And so many people said, there's no way this boy is going to beat this giant. There's no way that he's going to do it. They didn't see what was happening in the private. And you want to have that kind of confidence in knowing who your father is, as Brandon said. You want to have that confidence? Well, do something in private first. what's your private life like?
Yeah.
If you're not seeing the fruits that you want to see, if you're not seeing the opportunities that you want to see, and I'm not saying God's going to block those opportunities. I'm not saying God's punishing you. I'm not saying any of that. But oftentimes God will allow us to go through seasons of equipping and preparation for the kingdom that we're going to take.
Life is full of lions and bears.
Oh my.
Yeah, a little Andy Mineo action there. So here's what I say. Get back up.
Here's what I say.
Get back up. Fight to get back what the lion, whatever your lion is, fight to get back what the lion stole from you, and know that you're preparing in private for the public defeat of your Goliath. You must win private battles against lions and bears before you win public battles against your Goliath.
I love it.
Good stuff.
That's
man.
good stuff.
Good stuff.
When are you preaching again?
April 21st. Found out yesterday.
Mark your calendars.
April 21st. I might preach this message. Who knows?
This man, I will attest, not just because he's my friend, but this man can bring it.
I
So,
appreciate it, man. It's a God thing. for
Nothing
sure.
y'all don't know.
So here's my challenge as we're getting closer to time. Here's my challenge, and I want to hear from you guys. We got some stuff in the chat. Here, let's hit that first. Let's see.
Show them some love.
Let's show some love on the snacks first.
Oh yeah.
Hannah said mints. Who does that?
I was wondering the same
You know,
thing.
this
but
is a good one. Back when I could do this is a good one. Slim Jim and Sprite. Mountain Dew and anything peanut butter. Mountain Dew and peanut butter just kind of go
It
together.
does.
Like that might be better than peanut butter and jelly.
I'm not even a Mountain Dew drinker except for when I
Mountain
stop.
Dew
at
and
the
peanut
store.
butter.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
peanut
Mountain
butter.
Dew, Reese cups.
It's a
Come
modern
on,
day
man.
peanut butter and jelly right there.
If
Just
you don't
put it in your
like that,
Mountain
dude, we can't be friends.
Darren's always asking for combos from Sheets. That's what Courtney said.
So your story checked out.
Yeah. Oh, and she knows.
Pizzeria.
There was one time she early on in our relationship, she grabbed the pizza ones because she heard pizzeria. I said pizzeria, and she just heard pizza, not knowing there's a difference.
There is a
And you
difference.
still-
And I have forgiven her.
And you still married her?
And yeah, we have moved on from that.
Yeah.
That'll never happen again, though. Will.
I'll tell you what, that's only happened one time.
Well, you proved your point, I guess.
It's the little victories.
Susan Miller said, I loved his confidence in Jonathan as his armor bearer. It's also amazing the number of men who went with him when he was in the on the run from wow, I can't read. When he was on the run.
From Saul.
Yes, thank you.
Saul, that's the guy.
I kept wanting to say
Him.
Sal's. Clearly, I'm hungry.
Pizzeria.
Pizzeria.
Y'all killing me. So yeah, here's the challenges that I want to give, and again, I want to hear from you guys as well. What lion or what bear are you facing in your life right now? And here's what I want you to do. I want you to step up, get back up, as Josh said. You know, we're gonna fall. Scripture says we all fall. We all fall. And so we're going to fall, but get back up. Step back up. Take back what the enemy is trying to steal from you and understand who you are. I think it's 1 Peter 2:9. You're a chosen people. You're a royal priesthood.
Well, I think I take it a little further than that, and you need to figure out whose you are.
Let's go.
Not who you are, but whose you are.
Yep. And then the second challenge I have for you is who or what is your giant? When you have freedom over your lion or your bear, say to the giant, I have done this to both lions, I've done this to bears, and I'll do this to you too. That's what David said.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost laughing at him. I can
Yeah.
see like the crooked grin on his face, like this giant.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Come on, dude. Come on. What's your guys' thoughts on that, man? I don't want to be the only one talking.
That's a good one. That's a good challenge, man.
Yeah.
That's a good challenge.
As
I'll take that one.
Bobby said in the chat, this one hits close to home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say right now my biggest lion or bear is patience with my kids. We talked about it at Life Group. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of brought this up a little bit at Life Group.
That
on
was
Black
like
Friday.
almost
Yeah.
every person at Life Group on Friday.
I just think it speaks to what season of life we're all in. We all have young kids,
Yeah.
and just knowing that they're kids, they're not manipulators. They're not trying to.
I don't know. My oldest one, I think he's got some manipulation there. But we'll go with it.
Sure,
man.
yeah. Just knowing that they're
agree.
kids and having patience with them and seeing them for what they are is just a true miracle.
Yeah.
And even though when you want to strangle them, there.
Yeah. Well, I think it was said in our life group, when we think about it from a perspective of a parent, and we think about the greatest father ever, he probably views us the same way.
Oh, exactly.
He's like, they're just
Doing
a
that
kid.
again?
They're just a kid. They're my kid. Let me help them out here.
Courtney and I always laugh when we see those videos on Facebook about gentle parenting and like, here's a proper response. And everyone's we'll look at those and be like, yeah, that'd be great. Like we should do that.
Yeah.
And then it's about that moment. Like say somebody's screaming at somebody down the hall or hanging upside down from the cabinets or something.
It's great in theory, but
It sounds so good, and maybe you're out there and you've done great at this gentle parenting thing. I don't think my kids were meant to be gentle parenting. My kids are feral animals most of the day.
One of mine's a caveman, I'm pretty sure.
God did not make me a gentle parenter.
Yeah,
He
me
did not.
neither. Yeah, I feel like my kids only hear on a certain decibel level sometimes. Yeah, I'm not saying I yell at them or anything, but I raise the volume.
Well, we kind of
Sometimes
go
you
back
have
and
to.
forth on that, and sometimes we'll see videos like that, and then like, well, that's not how we talk to our kids. We start thinking, oh, maybe we're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not great parents. And I was talking to a kid one time. When I say a kid, he had his first son. I told him one time he was real nervous about becoming a parent and everything. Is look, man, as long as you show up, you're doing better than a bunch of parents out there.
Man.
Show up and love the kid. You're going to do a whole bunch of other things wrong.
And
But if
that
you can
is
show up
that
and
is
love the
next
kid,
week's episode. Show up and love the kid. Darren will be leading. We will be learning.
I might be busy.
I do think next week is Midweek Motivation on the road. I think we are.
That sounds right. I don't know where we're going.
I don't know
but
where we're
It's
going.
the end of the month, so we should.
Yeah, I'll have to follow up with.
Usually we
Megan and
figure it
see.
out on
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my
We'll let you
motivation. We've got like just a couple of minutes left. Here's my motivation for you. You must win private battles against lions before you win public battles against Goliath. Freedom is found there.
Yeah.
And speaking of freedom, join a freedom group. They start next Wednesday in room 231 and maybe room 207. You can go to parkwayroanoke.com/freedom, or you can text freedom to 540-342-3968. And then another thing coming up is baptisms. If you're ready to take your next step, go to parkwayroanoke.com/baptism. Get signed up. We'll have a baptism class, I think, next Wednesday night as well. If you need to get to the baptism class and miss the first night of freedom group, we understand. Baptism is an important part of your walk. So any final thoughts?
Yeah, we need to talk about this Easter stuff. So I know I work here, and I'm supposed to have looked at all this and known about all this. But
Yeah. Did I not hit that
sweet
earlier?
heavens. We didn't go deep enough into it.
Yeah,
Barely.
there's a ton of Easter stuff going on, man. We got the Impossible Shot with a lot of giveaways. I think there's be a chance to win some Jordans. I'm just saying.
There's a shot for some Jordans. We got some gift cards we're giving away.
Yep.
So from places like Starbucks. Some weird place called Nikkei.
Yeah, Nikkei?
Nikkei? Yeah, you ever heard of
N
Yeah.
N-I-K-E.
Where's
N-I-K-E.
Nikkei?
Yeah.
I didn't follow it for a while.
Nikkei.
Cody's over there like, tell me more about
There's this spa that's right down the road.
Yeah, Cody's hoping for the spa.
And,
You know it.
and if you can't get the spa one, you could settle for Safe Side
That's
Tactical.
my
Yeah.
spot right there,
Yeah.
buddy.
That's a $250 gift card.
Yeah, and that's on Palm Sunday, by the way. That is the 24th. And then
Yeah.
Easter is the 31st. Get your kids out here for the
Easter egg hunt?
Yes, that thing. Yeah, for that. Last year was really cool. I think we got 2 minutes. Oh, Megan said Friendship House next week. Yes, that's going to be great. So we will be on the road at Friendship House next week. Thank you, Megan.
Way to keep us in line.
Yeah. So another cool thing is last year, second hour of Easter Sunday, we had over 1,000 people in one service. That's
It was wild.
yeah,
That was awesome.
It was unreal. So, man, get your friends here, and that's the other cool thing about Palm Sunday. Palm Palm Sunday. We got 1 minute. Golly. Palm Sunday, if you invite a friend, you get a second raffle ticket. They get a second raffle ticket because you invited them. I think that's what it is. And that gives you 2 chances to take the impossible shot and be able to win something. Hey, listen, guys, don't forget, stay motivated. Share this with someone this week. Cody, quick prayer.
God, we thank you for meeting us here yet again. I ask that you speak to those